Thanks to the support as a channel member, Brad Pope 20. Consider this an early warning message, folks. This is the final video that I'm recording before I disassemble my entire office to set up a new desk. So if that goes wrong, there might not be a video tomorrow. Keep an eye on my Twitter for all the details. Fingers crossed, everything goes fine, and we continue uninterrupted. And continue uninterrupted as Premier League champions. Hello and welcome to Club 4, part 33 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have our final two games of the Premier League season. We're away against Southampton and at home against Leicester, and we go into those two games top of the Premier League. This is what's happened since the last episode. 2 more wins, 3-0 over Everton, 2-0 over Watford. We've been absolutely dominant in these games as well, as you can see by the distribution of shots, match, XG, possession. That was Everton. It was the same story against Watford, and we absolutely ruined Watford. If you recall, earlier in the season, we beat Southampton 9-0, and we play them next. Worryingly, we did then go on to lose against Leicester, but we are certainly in good form and certainly don't have as difficult a final 2 games of the season as the only team that can realistically win the league other than us, Chelsea. I mean, Arsenal might have something to say about that. If they beat Chelsea now, they go to 80 points and are right back in the mix, unless we win, which hopefully we win. In fact, we could win the league in the first... Could we win the league in the first match here? We can't. Unless... it's Kev Maths again. Oh, I can't cope with Kev Maths. All I know is that if we win both of our matches, we should win the league. We're actually level on goal difference with Chelsea. I think we're top of the league by virtue of goals scored. We've scored 74, they've scored 73. So I would like to think with us playing Southampton and Leicester, we should have a better chance of outperforming results-wise and outscoring Chelsea as they play Arsenal and Manchester City, the other 2 teams likely to be in the Champions League qualification spots. It feels like ours to lose, but we've all played Football Manager long enough to know that there's likely to be a twist in the tail yet. What is likely to happen for sure is Manchester City are being completely dethroned. They're not winning the league this year. The Manchester City decline is on. The only other team that have won the Premier League title since 2025, so in the last 8 years, is Chelsea 5 years ago. We need to get a new Premier League winner in here. It's a long time since Leicester. Where are we? 18 years, 17 years since Leicester won the Premier League. Since then, it's just been Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea. We need to break that up. And fingers crossed, Leicester will be in support for us doing that on the final day of the season. They'll remember how much fun it was for them and let us have a go. Does it matter to them? Where are they? No, it doesn't matter to them. They're not getting into Europe. They're mid-table anyway. Just let us win. It was fun for you. Let us have our fun too. This is the team that we're sending to Southampton to hopefully score 9 goals again. I'll tell you what, if we do it again, that's pretty much guaranteed a Premier League win unless we mess up against Leicester. Mustn't forget that. And we do have a suspension and injury issue. Navarro is suspended. Colin Schultz is injured. So it's not quite full strength, but we do have a returning Etienne Tipple in the team. He played half a game in the previous match and should now be fit enough to play a full 90. Obviously, we've got Griffin Diaz to come off the bench if need be, but it's good to have him back for the final push over the finish line. It's Hoy and Hal in goal. A back four of Aaron Caesar, Mura and Fernandez. Zamorano at the base of the midfield. Janusek and Tipple ahead of him. Gilberto Carlos then in behind. Tammy Abraham and Pedro Luis. One other piece of news. You can see we have confirmed the permanent signing of Paviot. He joins us permanently in the summer for £24.5 million. That's pretty much our entire budget for next season spent. Let's face it, if we win the Premier League with this quite young team, we don't need to spend any more. It would be nice to get another striker for when Tammy Abraham is done. He ain't done yet, as he's shown multiple times this season. Let's just go and win the football match and hope that it's enough. We want Arsenal to pick up a big win against Chelsea while we pick up a big win here against Southampton, and then we are all but over the finish line. We can't do it mathematically today, I don't think, but we can get really, really close if things go our way. Janusek with the free kick, but it's headed clear, but it's back with Janusek again as we look to continue this move. I don't remember seeing this kit before. How many kits do Norwich have? Pedro Luis, oh, that was a big chance. That was a big bottle of a big chance. I really hope that's not going to be the story of today's game. I mean, we were in incredible form, and I did do the cardinal sin of Football Manager of closing the game when we were in the incredible form that we were in, because I recorded that yesterday. It's now today. And yeah, we've just loaded the game up, and I hope we stay in good form. I don't think we're scoring 9 goals today, are we? We look like we've got a little bit of stage fright going on. Janusek with the free kick, and it would have been really nice if that had gone into the top corner, but it's pushed aside for a corner. Janusek's going to go over and take that as well, and it's going to be a short one to Gilberto Carlos, who's going to try and get the cross in. He fails. We get another corner. Just stick it to Tammy on the far post this time, lads. You're not going to, are you? You're going to faff around with it again. Gilberto Carlos this time gives it back to Janusek, and there's Mura! And has it worked? It's not worked. Janusek's offside from the corner. How many times have we seen that? Breaking news. Arsenal are ahead against Chelsea. I told you there'd be twists in this story yet, because if we fail to win here and Arsenal beat Chelsea, all of a sudden on the final day, it's a 3-horse race when we were not expecting a 3rd horse. Tammy Abraham with a header that goes just over, and that has been a really, really disappointing first half for us in every respect, other than the fact that Arsenal are ahead against Chelsea through an Odegaard penalty. Look how close things are at the top of the table as it stands right now. Goodness me, do we need a goal? If we can win this game, we are so close. Tipple is shattered. He's done. We're going to bring on Diaz for him. I think we have to go attacking in this situation. We have to try and win the match. It's the Premier League title at stake, for goodness sake. Let's try and win the thing. It's Southampton on the attack. They're obviously wanting revenge from earlier in the season. They've rattled the crossbar, and it's Tammy Abraham who's bringing the ball out of defence. He realised where he was, and he's trying to get rid of the ball, and everyone keeps giving it back to him. And it ends up with Diaz, and we've only had 1 shot on target in this match. Do you remember me showing you the stats from the last couple of matches? Where's that Norwich team? They're hiding. And, I mean, part of it is probably the fact we've not got Schultz in the team. So let's try Yedro. Gilberto Carlos not getting the job done today. We're going to bring on Casolari for Tammy Abraham as well to try and get a little bit more pace into that attack. And fingers crossed, we're about to score from this corner. It's Mura, it's Ua, and it's still not over the line. Have we gone back for a penalty? No, it's an offside. Oh, the ref can't blow a whistle in that situation. We're going to try and encourage this time. We've demanded more already. Let's try and be a little bit more supportive about it. I'm not demanding we win the Premier League, but, it would be jolly good if we did. That's basically the encouragement they just got from the touchline, and that's what they needed. They just wanted me to be polite. I was polite. Casolari has come off the bench and might well be the unlikely hero. I say unlikely. I've given him a little bit of stick recently. He's in double figures for the season for goals now. He's a full Italian international. I've kind of written him off as potentially Tammy Abraham's long-term replacement. If we look at goals scored this season against starts, he's close to a goal a game, and he's only 25. Maybe Casolari will be the long-term strike partner for Pedro Luis. And now look at that glorious league table. Chelsea have had a red card. Just don't balls it up from here, lads. With 3 points clear, with a better goal difference and better goals scored, it could still go against us on the final day. But Chelsea are playing Manchester City on the final day. We've just got to hope we can avoid defeat against Leicester, and Norwich City are champions of England. I tell you, the only thing that could make this situation better would be a brand deal. Before we go any further in this video, I just wanted to thank today's sponsor, Manscaped.com. Now, I've been working with Manscaped for a little while now, and I'm sure you're already familiar with their trimmers and formulations for down there. In fact, Manscaped is trusted by more than 4 million men worldwide for their trusted tools and formulations like the Lawnmower 4.0 body hair trimmer and the Crop Preserver ball deodorant I still use every day. So as the leaders in men's grooming, it's no surprise that Manscaped are now going beyond the groin with the brand new Plow 2.0 safety razor for a super close shave for your face, neck and beard. Despite me now being known for my glorious beard, there was a time in my youth when I tried to remain clean shaven, but it never lasted long because of the ingrown hairs and uncomfortable razor burn caused by cheap disposable razors, something the Plough 2.0 is made to reduce. Plus, the new single-blade double-edged safety razor has a perfectly weighted brass handle and zinc alloy head, specifically designed for a precise, even stroke. And a close, clean shave on those parts of my face I am still trying to keep hair off of, like these bits that stop me looking like a wolf man. Also, for a perfect shave every time, opt into the Plough 2.0 blade replenishment plan as part of the Manscaped Peak Hygiene Plan. You'll save money and receive quarterly replenishment blades straight to your door, hassle-free. I love how the Plough 2.0 makes it so effortless to shave in the morning. The precision weight handle does all the work for you, so you don't need to apply any extra pressure to your skin. You just literally let it glide over the parts of your face and neck that you want to get rid of the hair from. You know how to shave. It's good at it. The rust-resistant safety razor is also the perfect travel size for your next trip. And if you're looking for easy and convenient travel, make sure you check out the Shed Travel Bag, also by Manscaped. Look, it's right in. The Shed Travel Bag is water resistant and has a lined interior, creating the perfect place to store your premium grooming products. And on top of that, for a limited time, you can get 20% off and free shipping by using discount code LOLLUJO at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping when you use code LOLLUJO at manscaped.com. Well, the moment is upon us. 2 changes, fixing the two players who weren't available in the last game. Navarro's back in at the base of the midfield. Schultz is back in his playmaker role, where he's not a playmaker, he's an attacking midfielder, but you know he's good at it. Look how good he is at it. Pulls all the strings in there. We've just got to win. Final reminder of the situation going into the final day. Chelsea are at home against Manchester City. We are at home against Leicester. Leicester have nothing to play for. Manchester City haven't officially rubber-stamped Champions League qualification this year after 4 consecutive Premier League titles. They're as good as over the line because their goal difference is so much better than Liverpool's, but they'll probably not want to be directly responsible for passing the baton to Chelsea. So I think that should be motivation enough for them to stop Chelsea winning the match. We just need to avoid defeat. If we can pick up 1 point here, Chelsea can't catch us. If we can make sure if we both win, they don't do it by more than 2 goals better than what we do. In fact, no, that's if we lose. So if we lose and they win, it gets awful complicated. Let's forget the Kev maths. Let's just get into the football, shall we? I've given myself a headache with that because none of it makes sense. Football maths isn't like real. I've got A-level maths, believe it or not. I'm good at maths. I'm a financial advisor. Right, let's just do a football one more time this season. For goodness sake, let's do a football. If we just win the match, it'll calm me down no end. Their striker's got a number 6. In fact, it's not. It's their left winger's got number 6. That's equally upsetting. But still, let's probably pick our battles today. And priority number 1 should be winning the football match. Janusek lumping it clear. Lovely work from him. What an unsung hero Janusek is of this team as well. And I'm enjoying him, having him back in the box-to-box midfield position now that Tipple's back to be the man surging out of midfield. A job that Janusek has done admirably in his absence, with Zamorano stepping up into central midfield. Leicester. Oh, no. The initial shot, the initial block was great, but it's completely wrong-footed Hoyenhal, who's dived to save the initial shot. And then when the ball bounces clear from the block, as soon as it falls to a Leicester player, Hoyenhal's out of position because he's already dived. There, Hoyenhal dives. He has no chance with the follow-up. It's 1-0 to Leicester. Chelsea are still 0-0 against Manchester City. Liverpool are doing their best to sort out the goal difference. They're 3-0 up already against West Ham. And this is not how I wanted it to be. Manchester City are winning against Chelsea. Jude Bellingham, what a man. Remembering his heroics from playing for me at Barcelona. He knows what side his bread's buttered. Jude Bellingham's going to win us the Premier League. Tammy Abraham trying to get on the action as well. I mean, I'd rather do it our own way. But if we win the league, I honestly couldn't care less about what happens in this match. As long as it results in us winning the Premier League. We're going to go attacking. and try and get back into things. We have been so nervy in both of these matches today. Our on-field performances absolutely reflecting how I'm feeling whilst recording them. Fernandes quite poorly letting the ball through there, but luckily Hoyenhal is there to make the save. One thing with Hoyenhal is usually if there's any kind of mistake or question mark over him early in a match, normally he then becomes a world beater for the rest of the match. So hopefully we're going to see that from Hoyenhal today and just get a whole pile of heroics from him. That would please me greatly in the circumstances. Can we please do a football? Come on, lads. Cross comes in. It's a big, deep one to that far post. Fernandes again missing out. Fernandes is a centre-back playing at right-back. He should be able to win the ball in the air in those situations. Luckily, Hoyenhal equal to it. Mura now playing it forward to Janusek and Fernandes. And now Schultz. He's been quiet today after missing the last game. And that's just poor from everyone involved, really. Tammy Abraham, I expect better from you. You've won the Premier League before, I think. He must have won it at Chelsea. Erenur on the left-hand side. Cross comes in, looking for Tammy Abraham. And he can't keep his header down. At what point is it time for Casolare? Is he the first choice going into next season now? Do we phase Tammy out and make him an impact player off the bench? He's not got to double figures of goals this year. It's not been as effective a season as last year from Tammy Abraham. Is it time? Are we done with him now? Is it time? Probably bigger things to worry about today. Fernandes playing it forward to Tammy, and he turns and looks to release Pedro Luis, and this time does find him, but he's very wide. You're not going to get a goal from Pedro Luis here, but there's Etienne Tipple, and he's hit the post. Oh, no one else in the squad breaks into the penalty area late the way Tipple does. Importantly, Manchester City still winning over Chelsea. But once again, we've given the ball away. Navarro in big games. We might need to check. He might be one of these who doesn't like big games because we saw it against Bayern Munich earlier in the series. We've seen it here. We've seen it again there. Navarro in big games is a little bit loosey-goosey with his passing. And as he's the playmaker, that's problematic. Oh, I thought Schultz was sticking that in top corner there, but it's gone just over. And can we do a football? We're demanding more again. I mean, in the last match, it was encouraging that got us back into it. Maybe that's what we need to do. Pedro Luis! There's goal number 35 of the season from the best striker in the world. Brazil's starting striker, Norwich's starting striker. He just loves yellow shirts. And he's just got number 35, which could be the goal that wins Norwich the Premier League as things stand. Lovely finish from Pedro Luis. It is still Chelsea 0, Manchester City 1 in the other game that we're keeping an eye on. Our fullbacks are shattered. We need to make some changes to them. We're going to put Mura out to left back and bring Knoll on. And then we're going to bring Pavia on at right back. And then the other sensible change is Tipple, who is still recovering from his injury. We'll drop to positive. Normally, I'd attack in this situation, but we only need a draw. We don't even need that if Chelsea lose. Mura to Diaz. And now Janusek, who's been great again today. Knoll forward to Schultz. Schultz out to Paviot. Can you just cross it to somebody in a yellow shirt? We'd like a football goal. Oh, we'd really, really like a second goal around about now. Paviot at right back. Just clatter him. Just knock him over. Knock him out. Do whatever you have to do to make sure Leicester don't score another goal in this football match. There is Paviot. See? Doing whatever he has to do. That's why we spent £24 million on him. Knoll to Caesar. And now Mura playing it forward for Tammy Abraham to chase onto in the 38th game of the season when he's had to be on for the full match and he's just turned his man inside out and scored a worldie. He's never going to be too old. I don't understand. How is that possible? What have we just seen? That was perfection from Tammy Abraham. This here, when he receives it from Schultz, he has left that defender for dead. And then just thundered it past the goalkeeper. He's Norwich 2, Leicester 1. We're going to win the Premier League here. And it's going to be a Tammy Abraham goal that gets us a look at the Norwich players swarming forward as we get the ball here. Janusek playing it through to Griffin Diaz, who's one-on-one with the keeper. Oh, he could have put the cherry on the cake there. But it's back off the post and we're not over the finish line yet. Let's try not to get too giddy. But we swarmed forward in style there. You can feel the confidence rising. The crowd are roaring. And oh my word, we're going to win the Premier League. Schultz playing it out to Paviot. If we can grab another goal, everyone's going to lose their mind. Paviot with the cross, looking for Pedro Luis, can't find him, but Caesar's there to collect. And now Mura. Once again, we are relentless currently. This is how we've been playing on the run of games that we've been in. And Diaz has missed 2 big chances to rubber stamp this. It's still 1-0. It's now 2-0 to Manchester City in the other game. And the crowd have gone wild. There's no coming back for Chelsea now. It's Bellingham and Foden. It's a story of old man English players today. Tammy Abraham, Jude Bellingham and Phil Foden, between the 3 of them, have won the Premier League for Norwich. And what a wonderful thing to see. Oh, my word. We discovered on stream recently that I don't even get to stand on the stage anymore, which is mortifying. There's me, stood next to the stage, arms behind back. You can guarantee I'm not having my arms behind the back. My hands are in the air like this. There they go. Come on. We've won the Premier League. The ticker tape is out. Norwich are Premier League champions. Oh, my goodness. Who's going to do the cartwheel for us? It's shaping up to be Griffin Diaz, I think, number 6. Go on. There he is. We get the cartwheel. What a wonderful thing. Why do I look so much fatter than all the players? I shouldn't put my real height and weight into this game. It's very upsetting. Such a blow to the confidence. We've won the Premier League. Champions. Time to celebrate. We've got no money to spend this summer. We've already spent it on Paviot. So we're going to do the worst thing you can possibly do as Premier League champions. And that is probably not strengthen very much because we don't have any money to do it unless we sell someone. And we don't want to sell anybody. What a man Tammy Abraham is. He's just, what a way to end his career. He's still got 1 more year with us, but he's come back to the Premier League. What a point proven over Chelsea over the course of this season. He needs to be on the favoured personnel. He is. Me and Tammy, they're together. We talked way back when I first took over at Norwich. Why is Dion Dublin a Norwich legend when he only played 2 seasons for Norwich right at the end of his career? Well, as far as I'm concerned, if 2 seasons right at the end of your career is enough to make you a Norwich legend, Tammy Abraham is a Norwich legend because it's exactly what he's done, and he's just won us the Premier League. Let's not undersell Pedro Luis's contribution as well. Did he finish as Premier League top scorer? Oh, he did. Well, level with Tamang. I'll take it. Pedro Luis's top scorer. I bet he's done it in fewer games because he's Brazilian and great. 26 from 33. Tamang for Chelsea, 26 and 34. As far as I'm concerned, Pedro Luis, Premier League top scorer. What a partnership they'd be if they could ever get together. Surely Pedro Luis has got to be in the Dream 11 now. How is Mbappe still in there ahead of him? He's like 1,000 years old. We need to see a Norwich player find their way into the Premier League Dream 11 next season. That's the next step. But let's not worry about next steps. Let's just enjoy what we've just achieved. Norwich have won the Premier League. And now I've got to figure out how we go to the next level and start being competitive in the Champions League because we haven't been so far. Or maybe we'll even go somewhere else. What's available? Nothing interesting yet. Right, remember the warning from the start of the episode. If there's no video tomorrow, I know it would be very, very rare for me to miss a day. I don't miss days very often. But if there is no video tomorrow, it's because I'm struggling getting the new desk set up, or more likely getting all of the recording gear set up again on the new desk. I've got to disassemble the whole setup. So if there's no video tomorrow, don't be alarmed. We'll be back soon. Fingers crossed it all goes well, and we'll be back tomorrow as normal. And as soon as we are back, it's going to be a transfer window as Premier League champions. Beautiful stuff. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.